Hello friends, and welcome to another video on our channel. Today we're going to look at the airbag light on the Boxster, the Porsche Boxster 986. My airbag light came on. I checked it with the diagnostic tool and it said it's the seat buckle. But I know it's not the seat buckle because the seat buckle was not on when I installed my seat buckle. And from my research, I found out that there's a lot of chance the ground, these are the ground eyelets that go here, they can get corroded, you know. The Boxster, as you may already know, is a convertible, and you're bound to, one way or another, to have an incident where it might rain or your soft top might not be sealing very well. And yep, this is a common issue that this area will get wet. So to do that, there are several ways to go about it. One of the most common issue is your ground can be corroded. I already took mine out and cleaned it. And I also cleaned my eyelets and I soldered them. Oh, here's where the zoom is not helping. So I applied solder in the crimp joint. Turn this one around here. And I cleaned the eyelet. And then the other area that you can run into a lot of issues, and this is another one of the famous ones. Gotta get my camera to zoom. Right here, and these small connectors, not the big ones. The big ones are for your power. They're not usually the issue unless you're having power with your power issues. These are where your seat buckle, right here is my seat sitting on the floor, which I've already removed, and I'll walk you through that process. This right here is the seat buckle connector, the blue one. You see those 4 pins, 2 of them to tell you that your seat buckle is plugged in, and the other 2 is to measure the voltage to tell the airbag to be engaged. All right, now that I give you a quick review as to the issue and the root cause, I'm gonna walk you through the process of removing it. The very first thing is you wanna remove your seat. To remove your seat, that's a very simple way to do it. There's these 4 bolts you're seeing here, 1 on each corner, and they require, let me see here, it's a, what is that? An E12. This is, here says E12, it's a Torx 12 for these bolts. So you have to remove those. And then the easiest way to do it is to pull your seat forward and then recline it so you can get the rear ones, and then pull it back, and then you can get access to the front too. Once those 4 are removed, next is you want to remove your ground eyelet, push the seat all the way to the front, and then use a 10 millimeter, I believe. Yep, it's a 10 millimeter, and there's this bolt, you remove that. And after that, you need to lift the seat up so you can reach the connector and disengage it. You just pull this to the side, and then once you pull that lever to the side, the vehicle side of the connector can pull out. When you pull that out, now your seat is completely disengaged. And one useful way to do it is make sure your top is down, because when your top is down, you can just lift the seat out of there, no problem. You want to make sure your seat is down because a lot of people like to disconnect their batteries so there's no power to cause any issues. I didn't go through that. I was really careful. I didn't want to remove my battery because I didn't want to have to deal with the alarm or the radio and the code for it. But I was very careful in what I'm doing and making sure that my ground eyelets are not touching any metal surface. Make sure to do that, or be comfortable and just remove the power from the battery, disconnect the battery. Now that you've done everything that I just mentioned, you want to get to the cleaning. So I cleaned the stud and the eyelets. You can see they're already shiny, using a metal brush, something like this, or you can just use a sandpaper. I used that little tiny one just to kind of save myself having the hard work. And then I found out that it was very dirty down here, so I cleaned it, vacuumed it first, of course, and guess what? Now I am 4 pennies richer. There was another one somewhere, oh, it's right here. So yeah, I found some pennies and some everything else in between was in there. So I cleaned that. Also, I found some corrosion on the back of my seat. So I decided, hey, since the seat is already out, let me get that corrosion out of there. So I sprayed it with some corrosion removal. I like this brand. Use what brand you like. But now, the more important stuff. First and foremost, you want to hit your connector and your eyelet with this QD electronic cleaner. This is going to help clean and remove any corrosion built in, because a lot of the times the reason for this issue is that you have corrosion from dampness or water intruding underneath your seat. And then after you have cleaned your stud and eyelets, if you like to solder yours like I did with mine, go ahead. Just be very careful you don't damage the wire. Come on, zoom. There we go. Now is the next step. Next step is that we're going to use bulk grease on the connector. Very gently damp the those pins. Damp them really, just gently. You don't need a lot. And for the ground, I'm using anti-seize. Anti-seize have a lot of aluminum in it, and it will help prevent it from corroding and ensures that the connection is strong. Once you've done that, now you're basically complete, and you need to use the reverse process to install your seat back in the vehicle. So the very first thing is you're gonna grab your seat and use caution so you don't damage anything in your car. Lay it on its back, make the connections now that you have everything there, and then you can lay it into its position once you've made the connections, and you can insert the seat bolts, and then you need to use Loctite. Make sure you have Loctite. I have to still look for my Loctite to make sure that the seat bolts don't come out of their place. So the tools I've used are just a torque wrench, and then just regular wrenches. It's a very simple job. You just need a 10 millimeter and an E12. I also used a regular screwdriver to remove this unit and clean under it, and put it back. It's a 1 screw right here, and on the other side it's a plastic clip that goes underneath here. With that done, once you're done, put everything back together, reconnect your battery if you've removed your battery, and reset the code using a code reader, and hopefully that fixes it. Thank you for watching. If you have any questions, please leave them in a comment. I hope this was able to help you fix the airbag issue on your car so you can get to enjoy it more safely. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, like, follow the channel, recommend other videos, and have a good rest of your day.